Welcome into another edition of Man 101. Today, it's blowing out your sprinklers, and my buddy Ryan is swinging by to make sure we do this thing right. All right, here's the deal. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to blowing out my sprinklers, so that's why I've got this guy right here.
That's it.
Very important part of winterizing your home.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and tell me what you're going to do here.
Okay, we definitely want to get the sprinklers blown out and winterized before winter comes. We don't want any of those pipes breaking. So we're starting off with a generator and a compressor. That's my setup. Other people, if you're a homeowner, you may have just a little compressor, pancake presser that you plug into the house and blow everything out. So we're going to run the air. We're basically replacing the water in the sprinkler system with air. So we're going to hook this up to the backflow preventer and then get started.
In Ken's backyard, it's not very big, but I need an estimate to take everything out, like these.
Right.
So, I mean, they're not going to have to be super huge, but maybe
Okay.
like this size.
Right, so they're at least about 2 foot off the ground or so.
Yeah.
So it looks like an elevated bed.
Yeah.
Yes, yep. So we just need to take everything out, even the yard out, the rock wall, which I'm hiring him to do.
He knows how to do that stuff.
The Chanticleer pears, and then sod.
Okay,
Can we do that this year? I don't.
maybe. We can do something, yeah. Yeah, I'll get you a price. We'll figure it out.
Perfect.
We'll get you.
Thank you.
Get back in the house, woman. We're doing work out here.
Wait, I gotta water my plants before you guys are going.
Oh, come on, you're killing me here. All right, we'll start this up. We'll have a little bit of background noise here, guys. And I got my power source and my air compressor filling up. Now you guys want to make sure you got the right tools to blow out the sprinklers. Usually I have 2 different buckets. Always have a rag when you go down in the basement, medium set of channel locks, and a flat screwdriver. I'll show you guys a few little tricks so I don't have to go into the house twice. A lot of guys will go down in the basement, turn it off, then open up the valves in here. It's kind of like a soda when you put your finger on a straw. You pull it out, your finger's on the straw, you still got moisture in there. As soon as you let it off, the water comes down. Same exact concept with the sprinkler system. So I'm gonna open the valves up right now, then we'll go in the basement, turn it off, then I can drain it. I'll only go in the basement once. And you may get wet here. That's gonna come right at you.
Yeah.
All right, and that's only on for a second. All right. Going down to the basement. All right, guys, here's another trick. A lot of the houses that are finished in the basement, it's very difficult to get the water out when you got a bucket or, different sized buckets. So one of the tricks that I've done is I got a 3-foot piece of hose, PVC flexible hose, 5/3/8, and then I'll put it on the drain there. That way I don't have any water seeping down because I can't get a bucket inside that little hole.
Back outside.
All right, guys, we got it drained in the basement. Now we're going to replace the water with air, essentially. So I just had these both open so the water was coming out. The bottom one, I want open all the way. Top one closed. Okay, I'm going to put my fitting for my compressor on here, my hose. Plug it in. Another key that I like to do is I like to shut this one off. This one is going into the house. I don't want a bunch of air pushing into the house. I've already drained it out. So what I want to do is close this one off just as a safety precaution. That way all my air is coming out here, my valve box to my sprinklers. All right, guys, so we'll start with the first zone here. Every single zone after that will be the same. So you're doing the same repetition for each zone here. So we're gonna go with zone 1, replace the water with the air. Here we go. As you can see, you got condensation now. All your water's coming out. You only need to do this for a minute or 2. You won't get all the water, you just want to get most of the water. Down to condensation. Also, when you do this, you can tell what is the first and the last head on your zone. The first head is the first one that blew out. Obviously, the last one is the last one to blow out.
Now look at this. I want to show you something. Remember when we top dressed this yard?
Yeah,
We top dressed the
it
yard
looks great.
with great soil, sand, clay buster mixture, and then we overseeded that, right?
Look how it came back.
Look right here. That's for top dressing. We got grass growing on top of the sprinkler head. That's our top dressing. Brand new grass blades right there. It worked, people. It worked.
Did it? We did it right, boss.
All right, zone 1 and 2 are done. Let's go ahead and check out zone 3. Blowing out zone 3. Here we go. There it is.
All right, guys, we're doing our drips now. Another thing to remember is that we don't want to put too much pressure on these pipes. Your sprinkler pipes that are underground are about 80 PSI. So make sure your compressor is rated for that 80 PSI. When it comes to your drip lines, I like to go at about 50 PSI so it doesn't blow out emitters or break anything on the way. It's starting to spit out now, getting the water out. And we're winterized. There's not enough water left in the lines. So we're down to condensation. Okay guys, here's a final step for winterizing your sprinkler system. One of the most important, I think. We've got all these valves blown out individually from the clock. This is your main line, your PVC that's hooked up to that. We still have water that's sitting in that main line. We've got a drain here. Almost all valve boxes will have a drain like this. We want to open that and leave it open. You'll hear the air coming out. That's getting everything else that was in there and in our PVC, our main line, out. And that's the final step.
And you just leave that open, right?
Leave everything open. Another thing too, after you get done here, I take that back, that wasn't the final step. Leave everything at a 45-degree angle. All of these cockpits, 45-degree angle. The reason being, it doesn't freeze open and it doesn't freeze off. And if in the spring, if you got a little moisture in there and it is kind of frozen, it's much easier to wiggle it back and forth when it's at a 45 as it is if it's frozen here and I'm trying to open it up. And that's winterizing your sprinklers 101. And that's winterizing your sprinklers in Colorado. Man 101, and you're welcome. If you need help winterizing your sprinklers, contact me at rycamenterprises@gmail.com.